everyone, welcome. This is our second iteration. Dr. Rowe is on the camera there, so we may get some questions later. But what we want to go through the crystal chakra mat with a little bit less, with this energy versus if you saw the first video. So what you get is you get a bag, and this is where the crystal mat will fit into, along with the user manual. The user manual is good. It goes through all the information on the keypad controller, which we're going to go through shortly, and it has a good definitions, descriptions, and then you have the program guide. This is for the PEMF program, and it gives you the details on the PEMF programs that are available. Some programs are 20 minutes long, and the longest program is the P8 program, which I really enjoy. It's 7 hours and 6 minutes, so it goes continuous all night long for like 4-minute intervals. It's on for 20 minutes and then off for 40 minutes. On for 20 minutes, off for 40 minutes. So that's how it cycles through. And as it goes later and later into the evening, it's on for 6 minutes and off for 54 minutes. And that's all here in the program. So you want to keep these because these are good reference. And then it has an extra red light for the near infrared and the infrared. I have of all the years we've been selling these, that we've been using them, many hours, probably hundreds and hundreds of hours on some of our mats.
Where does that go?
We haven't lost a light bulb. Good question. So it's going to go underneath this hygienic mat, that pad that's included. It just fits over. It's got rubber, little rubber corners, and it's I use this if I'm like gonna be sweating, or I want to keep the surface of the crystal healing mat a little bit cleaner. Where does that go? Those bulbs, they go in here. Like I say, we've never had one go out. And if it does, please call me, and we'll sort out how to do the exchange.
Can that mat be easily washed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It is washable, and it's got some hygienic layers in between there. It's not just like a crib cover.
Okay.
Which I guess crib covers have hygienic layers too. So here's the controller. It's got a slotted on one side that's going to fit right into the slot. So you would plug this in first, and then you would plug in your power, normal power, grounded, and then when you have the two dashes on the device, you know that it's powered. You have power for the device. Okay. The mat, you can see this one has 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 red light, infrared and near infrared distribution points. These are actual crystals. You may see them as colors or just strips, but these are actual crystals that are sewn into the material. You can see this is double stitched. It's really, I'm really happy with the quality of these, and it goes all the way up to amethyst at the top. So those are crystals. Okay. The mat itself has many layers to keep the device safe and doing what it needs to do. The bottom layer is heat resistant layer. So you can put this on top of pretty much any surface, and you don't have to worry about the heat that's generated. The heat comes up. And as we know, when we heat crystals, the intensity of those frequencies become activated.
Absolutely.
So when we turn the power on, so we've plugged it in, we have the two dashes. When we hit the power button, the red light comes on and it tells us the device is on and ready to follow your instructions. So the next three buttons, you can use these separately or all together. Okay, so the first button right here, it says heating. I'm not sure if you can see that. You just put it on, the red light comes on. Here's the temperature in centigrade. The first, you have actual temperature, and then by rotating this, you can set your temperature. A nice temperature for me is about 33 degrees centigrade. I think that's close to like 98.6. I use that pretty much all night. In the winter time, I'll take it up to like 39 degrees. This is when I sleep with it. If I'm going to do a short session, because I've done a workout, I've had a shower, and now I'm ready to like chill for a bit, like a 20-minute session, I'll crank this all the way up to like 60. It does go up to 70 centigrade. So 70 centigrade is about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's quite a bit. You have a lot of heat. If you like heat, this is a really nice mat.
Now, how do you get it to hold? Because I notice once you set that temperature, it goes back down again. It keeps popping back to 25.
Okay, so if I go to like, so let's set it to something realistic, 39. Okay, and that's what I set it to. Now, remember it was at 25. Now it's at 28.
Well, it's working its way up.
Heating up. Now, once it achieves that 39, we're going to notice that this red light is going to go off.
Okay.
For the heat. That indicates that you're at the temperature that you set it to. Okay? Now this is going to be on for 10 hours. If I push the heating button again, 1 hour. If I push it again, 4 hours. If I push it again, 8 hours. If I push it again, I've switched it off. It says on because the controller is on, but it doesn't have any instructions. Okay. And now if I go, let's go back to switching it on to the mode that I like, which is 10 hours. I know it says OH, but this is a 2-digit display, so we know that OH means 10 hours. Okay? A little trick there. So you see it's already up to 33. Can you feel? So 33 is like body temperature, right? So it's at like approaching 98.6. So if we're at body temperature and this is at body temperature, then just above this 33 at 30, now it's at 34 degrees, and it's heating up. Okay, and we're just going to leave that on. Let's crank it up.
And that's
to
the full
45.
length too, right? So even the lower root chakras here and the crown chakras, everybody will have the same temperature.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I went ahead and moved it up to. Let's move it up to 50, and let's see. And I want you to, when it gets to 50, we'll move our hand across it so that you can feel what the area of heat that's being covered. Okay. So we'll just let that run. The next button is the red button. It looks like a sun to me, and this indicates photons. So this is your infrared and near infrared light. So when I put it on, you'll see the red lights come on, and that's the.
So it's near, not far, right?
Correct.
So it's near infrared. Okay.
Near infrared and infrared.
Okay.
So it's two different wavelengths. About 450 is the spectrum on the, and then on the other spectrum, it's about 750. And I believe these are red. I have to see the chart, but that's the spectrum of wavelength of light that is being emitted. So when you go check your specs with other devices, this is what we run this at.
Okay.
Okay, so I switched it on, and the top, there's one green light that's being, that is on. That says that it's on program 1. And program 1 pretty much is on for 30 minutes, and then it's going to shut off and not come on anymore.
Okay.
Okay? If I'm going to run it all night, which is really nice, I'm going to push it again. You're going to see the green light come on. So that is indicating it's going to be running for 30 minutes and then off for 30 minutes. Running for 30 minutes, off for 30 minutes. And that'll cycle for like 10 hours.
Okay.
Okay? And so when it's on, the red lights, this is what the near infrared and infrared is indicating. And then when they go off, you can just look at your keypad and you'll see that it's still on the second program, and you know that it's going to cycle through. Okay, so that feels good. We'll keep that going. Our temperature is now at 43. You can feel a little bit more warmth.
Oh, I see.
And actually, let's turn this air conditioner off because it's blasting right onto our mat there. It might get a little bit warm. It's okay. Okay, and then the qualities that I really enjoy on this, not that I don't enjoy these other two, but what I get excited about is the PEMF, which is the pulsed electromagnetic frequencies that you can use. And I can do that by pushing this button here, which is like a pulse wave. All right, and this says P0. P0 is the manual frequency. So if you see the blue light, that's the actual pulse rate. So this is probably set to like 1 or 2 pulses per second. This little dial will change the pulse rate, and we can see it on this display. So let's see what it's at. It was at 1. So it's pulsing at 1 electromagnetic frequency per second. We can, as I slowly rotate it to the right, now it's at 5, and you can see it's pulsing faster.
Much faster.
And then it'll go all the way up to 30. And 30, as we know, as you may know, is the beta brain state. So this is like a helping to balance and bring our brain state, as well as other parts of our body, to an alert state and balanced versus an anxious state. I'll just leave it at that. So if we want to do a Schumann frequency, the Earth frequency, we can get it down to about 7.8, right at 8, and we're really close to the Schumann frequency. Now, if you use a preset program, that's there are preset programs in the owner's manual that are the actual Schumann frequency 7.8. Okay. So if I want to use a really deep sleep delta frequency, which takes me down to deep sleep, I would take it down to 1 or 2 or 3 pulses per second, and that'll help regulate and get me to. Oh, you can feel the mat now.
Oh, yes, definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you actually feel the pulses, or is it just ambient with the
I
lights?
think it depends. If you're asking me, yes, I feel the pulses because I know what vibration feels like.
Sure.
So I think with time, you can experiment with low pulses and higher pulses. And for me, when it's been off for 40 minutes and it's beginning to start the next cycle, I can feel when it starts that cycle. And I can look and I'll see the pulses going. So so that's the manual that kind of shows you how it's used. If I hit the button again, it's going to go to P1, which is program 1. So if I want to know what program 1 is, I go to my nice chart and it says running time is 40 minutes. It's going to have a 10-minute 12 hertz plus a 20.8 hertz cycle, and then it's going to be off for 10 minutes. And then it's going to go through another cycle, which is 4 minutes at 2 different frequencies, another 4 minutes at 2 different frequencies, another 4 minutes at 2 different frequencies, and then 2 more 4-minute cycles, and then it's going to shut off. And this is a 40-minute program. P2 is a 60-minute program. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 60-minute programs. Then you have P7 is a 7-hour and 10-minute program, and P8 is a 7-hour and 6-minute program. So you have 2 overnight programs, and then P9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 are various programs that run for 60 minutes. And these are your Schumann frequencies, these are your low hertz. So they run, it looks like they run for about 10 minutes, and then they're off for 20 minutes, and they come back on for 10 minutes, and then off for 20 minutes. And then it looks like it cycles one more time, and then it stays off.
Okay.
So it's important to, when you get this, take a picture of it, because if you lose this, you're gonna have to call me, and I'll send you a picture that I have. Okay. So that's important.
Can you summarize real briefly what some of the health benefits they might experience from this? I know we can't diagnose or anything like that in our practice, but what are some of the benefits that you yourself have experienced? Because you can talk about yourself all day long and never have a problem.
Yeah. For me, when people say, why does this work? Why is it helpful? I go back to the story of 10,000 years ago. Not that we didn't have electricity, but we wouldn't have needed this.
Because we had the earth.
Because exactly, we had Mother Earth. We were sleeping on crystals. When it was cold, we created a way to be warm so that our muscles would relax. We had the frequencies of the sun, the infrared frequencies. We had that. Nowadays, we stay inside. Mm-hmm. We're disconnected from Earth, and we don't get those electromagnetic frequencies so we're disassociated basically from Earth and from our environment. And so this feels good because I think it triggers our cells to go, I'm home again. So infrared, near infrared is good for the skin, collagen, things like that. I'm not a doctor. Google it.
Exactly.
What are the benefits of infrared, IR, and near infrared, NIR? Okay. And when it talks about the ranges, we're at, like I said, 400, 450, and then 750 is the frequencies. And then electromagnetic pulses, I'll put it this way. We need the Schumann frequency, the 7.8 hertz, so much as life on Earth that if we remove that, seeds don't germinate. Seeds don't grow in space. So at some point, they had to bring in a electromagnetic pulse frequency of 7.8 so that astronauts and things could live longer in space, because there's something in our DNA that says, if we don't receive 7.8, then we're not going to grow. So that's just one of the frequencies. So if you want to, I associate those frequencies, those pulse electromagnetic frequencies, to the brain state. Okay. When we're relaxed, our cells heal, they digest, they rest. This helps to activate the parasympathetic state, and when we're resting, we're digesting, and the body can do what it needs to do to bring balance and harmony. When we're in that sympathetic state, being chased by the saber-toothed tiger, or in a trauma, just in a high stress situation that is ongoing, and if you're a veteran, it's PTSD, or anybody who experiences that, that's what that is. And what this helps us to do is to allow us to breathe, to relax, to balance the brain states, and take us to a deeper state.
Excellent.
That's what it is.
Perfect. That's
Any
awesome.
other questions, Dr. O?
I think that covered that. So for the people that are just getting these, and there's a lot of buttons to learn and remember, you said there were some pre-programmed settings that they can just pick one, dial it, and it'll light up anything it needs to light up and take care of that.
For the pulsed electromagnetic frequency option,
Okay.
the photon, it's either going to be on for a half hour, or on for a half hour, off for a half hour,
Okay.
on for a half hour. So that's easy. And then the heating element is turning the dial.
Okay.
So how does that feel now?
Oh, it definitely warmed up. It's kind of like my far infrared saunas when I put the people in there, and I take them cool and let them run up to like 120 degrees.
Yeah. So, and just, can you feel it up here on the crystals?
Oh yeah.
And you can feel it all the way down.
It's very even.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very even. I'm expecting that the different stones would hold and retain heat differently, kind of like this red feels hotter than, well, close, but the different colors, kind of like petting a white Labrador or a black Labrador. The black Labrador is always going to be hotter because it's a darker stone, kind of thing.
Right.
But this is the way they've set this up, is it seems to be very, very similar on all the colors. This is probably the coolest one. Yeah, it's very similar, very similar.
Nice.
Okay, I like it.
All right. Well, thank you for taking the time.
You bet.
There's a link somewhere where this will be posted.
Yes, I'm going to put it on YouTube and
Okay.
blast it on every social media I have. So when you see this link, you, Michael, and anybody else who's watching this, grab the link and send it out to your media as well, because he still has some available and you want to get them while they last. So, all right.
And compare these. So this is $720. Compare it online and see what you think.
Well, the quality of this is outstanding. So I'm really excited about that. Really excited about
Thank
that.
you.
All right. Thank you, Michael.